Good morning, and now we are going to talk about the properties of the natural numbers. Here, let's talk about the properties in addition and multiplication. The first property is closure property. Let's see here if it's right or not. Here in closure property, for example, we have 2 plus 3, the answer is 5. Closure property means natural plus natural equals natural, or natural times natural equals natural. Let's see is it right or not. Here we have 2 is a natural number, 3 another natural number. Their answer is 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. What about the 5? Is it belongs to the natural? Yes, so the answer is belong to the natural. So we can say the closure property is right in addition. What about the multiplication? Let's check it here. We have 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 is a natural number. 3 is another natural number. When we multiply them, the answer will be 6, which belongs to the natural number. So also we can say here the closure property is right in multiplication. Let's see here. The second property is commutative property. Commutative property. What is the meaning of commutative property? Commutative means we can change the places. Let's see here. For example, we have 3 plus 4 equals 7. So when we change the places, it will be 4 plus 3. The same answer, which is 7. And 7 belongs to n. So in addition, we can change the places. So the commutative property is also right. What about in multiplying? Let's check. We have here, for example, 3 times 4 equals 12. When we change the places, it will be 4 times 3. It also equals 12, the same answer. And the 12 belongs to n. So the multiplying, we can say it's a commutative. Number 3, associative property. In associative property, we must have 3 numbers. Like 7 plus 3 plus 5. And in associative property, we are going to add each 2 numbers, then add them to the third. So 7 plus 3 equals 10. 10 plus 5 equals 15. So when we add 7 and 3 together in bracket, the answer will be 10. And 10 plus 5 equals 15. What about if we put the 3 and 5 between bracket? So 7 plus 3 and 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 7 plus 8 also equals 15. And here it belongs to n. So when we add 7 plus 3 plus 5 on calculator, the answer will be 15. When we add 7 and 3, then add the answer plus 5, so the answer also will be 15. If we put bracket between 3 and 5, and then add the 7, the answer will be 15. So we can say the addition is associative. And now let's check it in multiplying. Here we have 2 times 5 times 3. When we put it on calculator, the answer will be 30. So let's put the brackets. 2 times 5 together, then multiply by 3. 2 by 5 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. The same answer. So let's put here 5 and 3 in bracket. So 2 times 5 and 3. Here 5 by 3 is 15. So 2 times 15 is 30, the same answer. And the answer here is whole number, so it belongs to n. So the associative property is right under multiplication. So in addition and multiplying, all the properties are right. We have closure, which means natural plus natural equals natural. And in multiplying, natural times natural equals natural. Commutative, yes, it's right. So in commutative, we can change the places. And associative, we can add any 2 numbers, then add them to the third, or multiply any 2 numbers and then multiply them to the third. In all the cases, the answer will be right. And now let's talk about the fourth property, which is the additive neutral or identity element in n, which is 0. So the additive neutral here is 0. When we add any number plus 0, it will be the same number. So 0 doesn't affect to any number. So here is the additive neutral or the identity. For example, 3 plus 0 equals the same number, which is 3. 4 plus 0 equals the same number, which is 4. 9 plus 0 equals the same number, which is 9. So the additive neutral or the identity in addition is 0. What about here? The multiplicative neutral or identity element in n is 1. So in multiplying, the multiplicative neutral or identity is 1. Why? Because when we multiply any number times 1, it will be the same number. For example, 3 times 1 equals 3. 4 times 1 equals 4. 5 times 1 equals 5. 9 times 1 equals 9. So the 1 never change the number in multiplying, and the 0 never change the number in addition. So the additive neutral is 0 and multiplicative neutral is 1. In number 5 here, distributive of multiplication over addition or subtraction, and here is in multiplying only. So the fifth property in multiplying is distribution of multiplication over addition or subtraction. For example, we have 2 times 3 plus 2 times 5. We have two operations, multiply and plus. How can we make the distributive property? Here search for the common number and operation. The common number here is 2 times. So we are going to circle 2 times and 2 times. Here we wrote it 2 times. So we are going to take it out and write it only 1 time. Then open bracket, write the rest, which are 3 plus 5. So here in distributive property, 2 times 3 plus 5 between brackets, the answer is here. 3 plus 5 is 8, times 2 is 16. And here is belongs to n. So in distributive property, we must have two operations, times and addition, or times or and subtraction. And now let's talk about the subtraction and division. Number 1, the closure property. Here in subtraction, it's not always possible in n. How? Let's see here. For example, when we say 5 minus 2, 5 is a natural number, 2 is another natural number. So the answer can be in a natural number. Yes, 5 minus 2 here equals 3. So the 3 is belongs to n. So now let's try 4 minus 7. When we put it on calculator, 4 minus 7 equals negative 3. And negative 3 doesn't belong to the natural numbers. So it's not always possible in n. So here we cannot say the subtraction is closure. Okay, let's check and divide it. Here also it's not always possible. Let's see here. For example, when we have 6 divided 2 equals 3. 6 is a natural number, 2 is a natural number, and also 3 is a natural number, so it will be belongs to n. So here it's a closure. Let's check this number, 12 divided 5. When we put 12 divided 5 on calculator, the answer will be 12 over 5, and here it's a fraction. And as we said before, there is no fraction in n, so it will be doesn't belong in n. So here we can say the division is closure. Why? Because the answer is not always possible. The second property is the commutative property. And as we said before, commutative means change the places. And in subtraction, it's not commutative in n. Why? Let's see here. For example, when we have 6 minus 2, the answer will be 4. And the 4 is belongs to n. But when we wrote 2 minus 6, on calculator, the answer will be negative 4. And it's not, doesn't belongs to n. because there is no negative numbers in n. So we can't say the commutative property can be in subtraction. Let's see here commutative property in divided. Here it's also not commutative in n. So the division, it's not commutative in n. Why? Let's see here. For example, when we have 10 divided 2 equals 5. So here it belongs to n. But when we write 2 divided 10, it will be 1 over 5. And here it doesn't belong to n because 1 over 5 is a fraction. And there is no fraction in the decimal numbers. The third property is associative property. Here it's not associative in n. In subtraction, it's not associative in n. And also in divided, it's not associative in n. So here, let's see. Number 4, the subtraction operation has no neutral or identity element. So here we don't have any identity or neutral. And also in division, operation has no neutral or identity element. And now in number 5 in division, the division of any number except 0 by 0 has no meaning. So 5 divided by 0 has no meaning. So here 5 divided by 0 has no meaning. And also when we put it on calculator, it will be math error. There is no answer. Okay. And now open your booklet page 9. And now let's revise the properties together in addition and multiplication. Here number 1, the closure property. As we said before, closure means natural plus natural. The answer must be natural number. So in addition, it can be. In multiplication, also it can be. Number 2, the commutative property. And as we said before, commutative means change the places. So in addition, we can change the places and the answer will be right. And also in multiplication, we can change the places and also the answer will be right. So here we can say the multiplication and the addition are commutative. Number 3, the associative property. As we said before, associative means put brackets. So in addition, it's associative property. And also in multiplication, it can be in associative property. Number 4, the additive identity or the additive neutral element in n is 0. And in multiplicative, identity is 1 or the multiplicative neutral is 1. And also in multiplication, we have the distributive property. And now open booklet page 10. Here in subtraction and divided, there is no property can be. All the properties can't be. Closure, no, it's not always possible in n. In subtraction or divided. Commutative property, also it's not commutative in n, in divided and subtraction. So we can't change the places. In the associative property, it's not associative in n, in subtraction and divided. What about the identity? There is no identity in the subtraction and also in divided. Here, open your booklet page 11. Number 1, which result of the following operation belong to n? So here we are going to put the number on calculator and check is it belongs to n or not. Here in letter A, 6 plus 2 equals what? 6 plus 2 equals 8. And 8, it belongs to n. In letter B, 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. And also 8 belongs to n. In letter C, 9 minus 9 equals 0. And 0 belongs to n. Here, 3 plus 2 minus 5. We have to put it on calculator like this. 3 and 2 between brackets, then minus 5. Let's solve it together. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 minus 5 equals 0. So the answer is 0. And 0 belongs to n. In letter E, we have 3 minus, open bracket, 9 minus 2. So we have to put it on the calculator here like this. So 9 minus 2 equals 7. And 3 minus 7 equals negative 4. So it doesn't belong to n. There is no negative numbers in n. In letter K, 5 minus 7 equals negative 2. And negative 2 doesn't belong to n. In letter I, 4 plus 0 equals 4. And 4 belongs to n. In letter M, 3 minus 4 between brackets plus 8. 3 minus 4 is negative 1 plus 8 equals 7. So when we put it on calculator, the answer will be 7. And the 7 belongs to n. Letter N, 5 plus 5 equals 10. And the 10 belongs to the natural number, so belongs to n. And letter O, let's put it on calculator. 0 plus 18 minus 20. The answer will be negative 2. So it will be doesn't belongs to n. And here in letter F, 5 minus 8 between brackets, then minus 1. When we put it on calculator, it will be negative 4. And negative 4, it doesn't belong to n. In letter G, 0 minus 1 equals negative 1. And negative 1 doesn't belong to n. In letter H, 3 minus 4 equals negative 1. And negative 1 doesn't belong to n. In letter I, 0 minus 0 equals 0. And 0 belongs to n. In letter J, 16 minus 9 between brackets, then minus 7 equals 0. And 0 belongs to n. In letter P, 3 plus 8 equals 11. And 11 belongs to n. In letter Q, 9 minus 10 equals negative 1. And negative 1 doesn't belong to n. In letter I, 17 minus 4 equals 13. And 13 belongs to n. Letter S, 7 minus 3 plus 4 between brackets equals 0. And 0 belongs to n. Letter T, 14 plus 7 minus 56 equals negative 35. And negative 35 doesn't belong to n. And now open your booklet page 12. Number 2, use the commutative and associative properties to simplify each of the following. In letter A, 28 plus 15 plus 72. First, we have to check the unit digit. How can we change the places? We are going to put these numbers beside each others. We have to check the unit digit and put 0 and 0 beside each others. Why? Because 0 plus 0 equals 0. Also, we can put 1 and 9 beside each others because 1 plus 9 equals 10. And 2 plus 8 equals 10. So put the 2 and 8 beside each others. 3 and 7 equals 10. 4 and 6 equals 10. And 5 plus 5 equals 10. So when we have the unit digit, any number of this, so put them beside each others. Why? To be easier in addition. Here we have 28 plus 15 plus 72. Check the unit digit. Here we have 8 and here 2 from the box here. So we are going to put them, the two numbers, beside each others. They will be 28 plus 72, then plus 15. And here we used the commutative property. So we have to write commutative property. And now let's use the associative property. What is the meaning of associative property? Open bracket. So we will open bracket, write 28 plus 72, then close the bracket, and plus 15 out. And here is associative property. And now we can use the calculator and check. 28 plus 72 equals what? Solve the bracket first. 28 plus 72 equals 100. And then plus 15. Here equals 115. And here 115 belongs to n. So the name of this property is closure. So here we are going to solve this question on 3 steps using the box of friend. The first is commutative, the second step is associative, and the third step is closure. And now in letter B, 81 plus 43 plus 19 plus 57. So we are going to put the numbers which will give us 100 beside each others. We don't know which numbers give us 100. So let's check the unit digit, which will give us 0. Here we have 1 and 9. So put them beside each other. So 81 plus 19 plus we have 43 and 57. 3 and 7 give us 10. So put them beside each other. So 43 plus 57. And here we used the commutative property. So we have to write the name of the property. And now let's use the associative property. Put each two numbers together between bracket. So open bracket, write 81 plus 19 and close the bracket. And also plus open bracket, put 43 plus 57 together between the brackets. And now here it's associative property. And now use your calculator and write here 81 plus 19. It equals 100 plus write 43 plus 57 on the calculator. It will be also 100. So the answer here, 100 plus 100 is 200. And 200 belongs to n, which means the closure property. And now in letter C, 672 plus 962 plus 335 plus 328. So let's check the unit digit. Here we have 2 and here 8. So check these numbers on the calculator and put them beside each others. So 672 plus 328. And here we have 2 and 5. Can we put them beside each other? Yes, we don't have another numbers. So 962 plus 335. And the name of this property is commutative property. And now use the associative property. So open bracket, write 672 plus 328, close the bracket. Then plus here 962 plus 335, then close the bracket. Can we put the unit digit here 2 and here the unit digit is 5? Can we put them beside each others and between bracket? Yes, because we don't have another numbers. And now the name of this property is associative property. Don't forget to write that property. Let's put on the calculator 672 plus 328, which equals 1000, sorry. So write 1000 plus here 962 plus 335 on the calculator. It will be 1297. If we add them together, the answer will be 2297. So the answer is belongs to n. And the name of this property is closure property. So here we solve it on 3 steps: commutative, associative, then closure. And now in letter D, 38 plus 46 plus 62 plus 54 plus 79. Let's see the unit digits here. In 38 we have 8 and in 62 we have 2. So put them beside each other. So 38 plus 62. Then we have 46, the unit digit is 6, and 54, the unit digit is 4. And as we said before, 6 plus 4 equals 10. So put them beside each others. So plus here 6 and 4, 46 plus 54. And now we have 79. Write it as like this. And the name of this property is commutative property. We can write the shortcut, which is COMM, commutative property. And now let's use the associative property. So open bracket, write 38 plus 69 and close the bracket. Then plus open bracket, write 46 plus 54 and close the bracket. And write 79 alone. And here is associative property. We can write the shortcut, which is ASSO, ASSO, associative property. And now on your calculator, let's calculate 38 plus 62, which equals 100. So write 100 plus 46 plus 54, which equals 100. So write 100. And plus 79 here like this. So 100 plus 100 plus 79 equals 279, which belongs to an closure property. And now in letter D, 76 plus 15 plus 85 plus 24. Check the unit digit. Here we have 6 and here we have 4. So write 76 plus 24 beside each others. And here we have 5 and here 5. So plus 15 plus 85 beside each others. So this is called commutative property. And now open bracket, write 76 plus 24, close the bracket, plus open bracket 15 plus 85 and close the bracket. And this property is called associative property. And now let's calculate the answer. 76 plus 24 equals 100. And put the plus. 85 plus 15 equals 100. And 100 plus 100 equals 200, which belongs to n and closure. So here is the 3 steps. And now in letter F, 54 plus 72 plus 46. Here we have 4 and 6. So put them beside each others. So 54 plus 46 and then plus 72. Here the name is commutative property. And now let's use the associative property. So open bracket, write 54 plus 46 and close the bracket. Then plus 72 out. And now here associative property. And let's calculate 54 plus 46 equals 100. So write 100 plus 72, which equals 172. And this belongs to n, which means closure. In letter G, 145 plus 247 plus 155 plus 253. Here we have 5 in the unit digit and here we have 5. So put them beside each others. So 145 plus 155. And here we have plus, in the unit digit we have 7 and here 3. So put these numbers beside each others. 247 plus 253. The name of the property is commutative property. And now let's use the associative property. So open bracket, write 145 plus 155, close the bracket, and plus open bracket, write the other 2 numbers, 247 plus 253, and close the bracket. The name of the property is associative property. And now let's calculate the answer. 145 plus 155 is 200. And then put the plus. Solve the second bracket, which is 247 plus 253, which equals 500. So 200 plus 500 equals 700, which belongs to n, closure. And here we finished the 3 steps. If we want to check our answer, we have to put the question on calculator. So put 145 plus 247 plus 155 plus 253. If the answer will be 700, so our answer is right. And now in letter H, 34 plus 100 plus 66. So let's use the commutative property. Here we have 4 and here 6. So write 34 plus 66 and then plus 100. The name of the property is commutative property. And now let's use the associative property. Open bracket, write 34 plus 66 and close the bracket. Then plus 100 out, which means associative property. And now let's calculate the answer. 34 plus 66 equals 100 and plus 100 equals 200, which belongs to n. The name of the property is closure. And now in letter I, 20 plus 88 plus 130 plus 12. Here we have 0 and here 0. So put these numbers beside each other. So 20 plus 130. And plus, here we have 88, the unit digit is 8. And 12, the unit digit is 2. So put them beside each other. So 88 plus 2. The name of the property is commutative property. And now let's use the associative property. Open bracket, write 20 plus 130. Close the bracket. Then plus, open bracket, 88 plus 12. Then close the bracket. And don't forget to write the name of the property, which is associative property. And now let's calculate the answer. 20 plus 130 equals 150. And then plus 88 plus 12 equals 100. And now 150 plus 100 equals 250, which belongs to n. And here the name of the property is closure. And if we want to check our answer, we put the question on calculator. 20 plus 88 plus 130 plus 12. If our answer will be 250, so our answer is right. If a equals 6, b equals 4, c equals 2, then find the value of each of the following. Number 1, a plus b plus c. In a, we have a 6, b is 4, c is 2. So instead each letter, we are going to put the value or the number. So 6 plus 4 plus 2 equals 12. And now in number 2, open bracket, a plus b, close the bracket, minus c. So let's put the value of each of the following. A is 6, b is 4, c is 2. So open bracket, write 6 plus 4, close the bracket, then minus 2. On calculator, the answer will be 10. In number 3, open bracket, a times 3, then close the bracket, divided b. So let's write a is 6, c is 2, b is 4. So we are going to open bracket, write 6 times 2, then close the bracket, divided 4. On calculator, the answer will be here, 6 times 2 is 12. 12 divided 4 is 3. And now in number 4, open bracket, a minus b, divide plus c. A minus b between bracket, then plus c. A is 6, b is 4, c is 2. So when we open the bracket, 6 minus 4, then plus 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. And now in number 5, open bracket, b divided c, close the bracket, then times a. Put the value of each of the following. b is 4, c is 2, and a is 6. So open bracket, 4 divided 2, close the bracket, then times 6. 4 divided 2 equals 2, and times 6 equals 12. So the answer is 12. And now, which result of the following operations belongs to n? We are going to solve it using the calculator. 4 times 2 equals 8, and 8 belongs to n. In letter B, 2 divided 4 equals 0.5 or half, and half is a fraction, so it doesn't belong to n. In letter C, 12 divided 3. 12 divided 3 equals 4, and 4 belongs to n. In letter D, 17 divided 5. 17 divided 5 equals 17 over 5. We are going to solve it on calculator or check it on calculator. And here is a fraction, and any fraction doesn't belong to n. In letter K, 4 divided 2 equals 2, which belong to n. In letter L, 5 times 3 equals 15, and 15 belongs to n. In letter M, 25 over 100, which equals 0.25 or 1 over 4. Here decimal or fraction, so it will be doesn't belongs to n. In letter N, 88 divided 11. 88 divided 11, it will be 8. So here and 8 is belongs to n. In letter E, 7 divided 7 equals 1, and 1 is belongs to n. In letter F, 25 times 1 equals 25, and 25 is belongs to n. In letter G, 0 divided 5 equals 0, and 0 is belongs to n. In letter O, 100 times 1000 equals 100,000, which is belongs to n. In letter P, 60 divided 0 has no meaning. When we put it on the calculator, it will be error, math error, so it has no meaning, so it will be doesn't belongs to n. Q, in letter Q, 0 times 1000 equals 0, and 0 is belongs to n. Number 2, choose the correct answer. Letter A, 35 divided 7. 35 divided 7 equals 5. Dots to the set of n. Doesn't belong subset or not subset. So here the 5 dots to the set of natural, it will be belong. And now in letter B, 8 plus 6 then divided 2. 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 divided 2 equals 7. So when we put it on calculator, the answer will be 7. So write 7. And now in letter C, 75 divided bracket 5 times 3 equals 5 or 3 or 15 or 75. So let's put it on calculator. The answer will be here 5. So put 5. Thank you for listening.